Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS-Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter, and joining me in the studio is Amy Tempel. She is the director of the Dubois County Department of Child Services. Amy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you here. We have you here because you have a Kids Fest that is kind of an unusual event for the Child Services coming up. Let's first of all talk about the day, date, time, place of this event.
Okay. The event will be held on Wednesday, April the 26th at 5 p.m. It's the start time. We're planning on being there for about 2 hours, so from 5 to 7 p.m. And we will be having it at the J.C. Park on Bartley Street, just behind the Armory. We will be using the parking lot as well as the park itself for booths and things of that nature.
And what is the point of having this Kids Fest?
April is Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month throughout the nation, and the Department of Child Services is, of course, trying, as all agencies that work in this field, to eliminate child abuse and neglect. And we are hoping that by hosting this event that we will not only provide a fun venue for the families to come out and have a good time with each other, the children, the families all together, but also to provide an educational piece to the parents in an effort to, remind them that if they do see child abuse and neglect, to report it, but hopefully just to prevent it altogether.
Now, Child Services, this is not typically something I would think of as the Department of Child Services putting on.
No, it isn't. It's a little different than what we've done in the past. We have had candlelight vigils in the past. This year we are partnering with the CASA program that is here in Dubois County, as well as the Southwestern Indiana Child Advocacy Coalition, to put on a little bit bigger event and try to draw more people in and raise even more awareness than we've done in the past.
That's a great idea. Now, what sort of things will be there for kids or families? Really, this is for kids to come and have a great time, and for parents to just kind of, show their kids new opportunities.
Yeah.
What is going to be there?
We are planning on having all kinds of fun things for the kids. There will be a fire engine. There will be police cars. We will have an ambulance. There are plans to have the life flight helicopter there, barring an emergency. We'll have a dunking booth. We're trying to get some local officials to sit in the dunking booth, so folks will have an opportunity to come throw the ball.
Right.
And there will be games. We'll have balloons. We're going to have face painting, popcorn, lemonade, snow cones, hamburgers. We're working on a raffle at this time to maybe raffle off a gift basket for kids and then also for adults as well. And the wonderful thing is the entire thing is free of charge. There will be no charges for food, games, anything. So
really?
Yeah.
I would have thought you would have charged for a hamburger, but free.
Free.
That's
The Optimist Club is sponsoring the hamburgers. We have a
Wonderful
service provider that will be making the snow cones, and then the CASA folks are going to be manning a booth where they have popcorn and lemonade. So.
Now, this is at J.C. Park.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay, so obviously a certain part of that park is going to be taken up with the vehicles, the emergency vehicles that are there, but people will be able to find parking pretty easy everywhere else.
Yes,
okay.
we will make certain that we have some folks helping direct parking and to make sure that everybody gets in safely.
Okay. And for those that don't know, what does the Department of Child Services do?
The Department of Child Services protects children from abuse and neglect. We currently are serving 143 children throughout the Dubois County community on ongoing cases, and we so far this year have seen a huge spike in the number of investigations, or we now call them assessments, coming into our office. We've had 166 so far this year alone, which is quite a dramatic increase over what we've had in past years.
Why would that be? Is it just people maybe are noticing and saying, hey, I need to do something? I
do believe that awareness is a portion of that. Unfortunately, the drug epidemic that we are seeing, we seem to be fighting an uphill battle. So we're working very diligently to try to address the needs of those children and families. It's quite a bit to handle at this particular point in time.
It's a shame that your department has to exist. But it's good that you do and do the work.
I would love to be out of a job. I'm sure I'd find something else to do that I enjoyed.
Okay, so again, Kids Fest is a time for families to come out.
Yes.
And spend time together.
Yes.
And have lunch, or well, I guess really it's supper.
Dinner, yeah.
Okay, and it starts at 5 o'clock and goes until 7. So it's not like you have to be there at 5, right?
No. You can come and go as you please. We realize that Wednesday nights sometimes run into religious activities, so we're hoping that by going from 5 to 7 p.m. that we give families an opportunity to, get home from whatever work activity they may have and still be able to join us.
And kids of all ages, those me included,
Yeah.
are always thrilled at the emergency vehicles that are there, and that you can talk to
Yes.
police officers, or you can talk to firemen, or the pilot of the life flight if it's there.
Yes, we have been blessed. Dubois County is just blessed to have some amazing people in the positions that they're in. They're very enthusiastic. They're very excited. They readily volunteered to have vehicles there for the children, and they behind the scenes when my department is working with them, do just a tremendous job working with us and protecting the children and citizens all the way around of this community.
Okay, this is a fun thing for you to do, and not the usual work that you get to do.
It is. I love having the opportunity to see families and children spending time together and doing fun activities. And this is an opportunity for families to come out, and again, it's free of charge. So anyone and everyone, as long as they can get a ride there, can come and enjoy, and without restriction. If there's not a limit on spending or whatever, they can enjoy everything for free.
Okay, now I don't want to get into like the sad side of things, but child abuse is a terrible thing. But it's hard probably for people to recognize it. I mean, sometimes it's obvious,
Yes.
but sometimes it may not be. Are you the folks to call, or do you call the sheriff's department if you suspect something, a crisis connection, or the answer yes to all of that?
Yes,
Okay.
to all. If there is obviously an immediate concern, a life-threatening emergency, for example, a child running down the middle of the highway, clearly you would want to call law enforcement. They're going to have a much quicker response and reaction time than my agency would. However, they will then turn around and make a phone call generally to us so that we can also respond as well. If there's something that you see that you are not sure about, have concern about, something doesn't feel right, your gut a lot of times will tell you that something's not right, please by all means call. The hotline is based out of Indianapolis, but all the calls get dispatched to our local office. That number is 1-800-800-5556, and don't ever feel that you're making a call purposely or needlessly. They're all important, and we want to have the opportunity to assess the situation to ensure that the child is truly safe.
Okay, now back to the happy times.
Yes.
Again, just kind of run down Kids Fest, what, where, when?
Kids Fest will be Wednesday, April the 26th from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at J.C. Park here in Jasper.
And it is free of charge.
It is free of charge. Please come on out and join us for a fun evening with your family, kids, grandma, grandpa, whoever you want to bring.
All right, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Our guest has been Amy Tempel. She is the director of the Dubois County Department of Child Services. We certainly appreciate you coming here, and hope to see you on April 26th at 5 o'clock or sometime between 5 and 7 at J.C. Park here in Jasper. We are WJTS-TV, local people watching local people.